In this video, we will discuss the construction of context-free grammar from the push-down automata. This is the relationship among context-free grammar and push-down automata. A context-free grammar is given. We can construct a push-down automata by empty store, or a push-down automata is given, then we can construct the context-free grammar. If a PDA with empty store is given, then we can construct a PDA with final state and vice versa. Now, suppose this push-down automata is given which accepts some language L, then we should be able to construct a grammar which generate the same language, right? Means the language generated by the grammar should be equal to the language accepted by the push-down automata. Now, we need to construct this grammar NTPS. What are the non-terminals? Non-terminals will be a starting symbol S, union, and non-terminals of this format, where this Q is a state, this A represents the stack symbol, and P again represents the state. Okay, here QP represents belong to state and A belong to push down symbol. Now, if number of states are K and number of push down symbols are, say, N, not N, here we have M. If the number of push down symbols are M, then the total number of non-terminals will be S union QAP, where this Q represents the number of states, A the number of stack symbols, P again number of states. Then this will be the formula for calculating total number of non-terminals, K square M plus 1. Now, terminal symbols will be all the input symbols. Okay, all the input symbols will be the terminal symbols. S is the starting symbol, and production rules will be like S tends to Q0, Z0, P. We will be having two S rules if we have two states in automata. We will be having 3 S rules if we have 3 states in automata. Of the form Q0, Z0, here P represents the corresponding state. In the first rule, instead of P, we will be having Q0. In the second rule, we will be having Q1. And in the third rule, if we have 3 states, Q0, Q1 and Q2, then we will be having here Q2. Okay. So, S rules will be equal to the number of states in the automata. Second, if we have this type of mapping, means we are reading some symbol and we are popping the stack, then the rules will be of this form. This is Q, this maps here, this is the stack symbol, this is the next state in which we go to, and this is the symbol which we read. Okay, so this will be the non-terminal tends to terminal symbol, right? So this is the rule for mapping in which we are popping the stack. Now, come to this type of rule in which we are pushing some symbol onto the stack. If we have a mapping like we are some state, we read some symbol, the top symbol of stack is A, then we go to some another state B, and this A is replaced by B1, B2, B3 up to Bn. Okay, here B1 to Bn are non-terminals, and X is the some input terminal, or it may be epsilon also, right? X belongs to some input, or it may be epsilon. Then this type of rule is mapped like this, in which Q is mapped directly here, this stack symbol is mapped here, this QM it will take place from Q0 to up to, suppose if we have 3 state, so in the first case it will be having Q0, in second rule it will be Q1, in the third rule it will be Q2, and so on, right? Now this is X, this will become a non-terminal, drives X a terminal symbol and a sequence of non-terminals, in which this will be the next state. B1 is the top of the stack. Then here this we have Qi, where I is greater than or equal to 0 and less than or equal to M, and each Qi belongs to K. So the rules will be like, see, these two symbols will be same. Okay, next these two symbols will be same, and the last symbol will be same as this symbol, this QM and QM. We'll see an example, then the things will be much clearer to you. So if we are having 2 states, then we will be having 4 rules of this type, okay, for each combination of states. The combinations will be like Q0 Q1, Q1 Q0, Q0 Q0, and Q1 Q1, right? So let's take an example here. Suppose a push down automata is given, in which set of states is Q0 and Q1, set of input symbol is 0 and 1, set of stack symbol is Z0 and X, transition function are given like this. Q0 is the initial state, Z0 is the initial stack symbol, and phi is the, here it is phi because we are considering that this is the automata with empty store. So transition functions are like this here. The language accepted by this automata is 0 to power m and 1 to power n, where m and n, where m is greater than or equal to n. Now look at the rules here. We are having 4 rules are there in which we are popping the stack, okay, and 2 rules are there in which we are pushing some symbol onto the stack. Look at this rule. We are at Q0, we read some 0, we read the terminal symbol 0, top of the stack is Z0, then we push X onto the stack. Similarly, look at this, we are at Q0, we read some symbol, the top of the stack is this, and we push some symbol onto the stack. So these 2 rules are in which we are pushing some symbol onto the stack, and these 4 rules are there in which we are popping the stack. Okay, so let's construct the grammar for this. Now first thing is, how many non-terminals will be there? Non-terminals will be a starting symbol S union non-terminals of the form Q, A, P, where Q and P belongs to set of states and A belongs to set of stack symbols, means it belongs to gamma, and Q and P belongs to K. Now, number of states we are having Q0 and Q1. Two states are there. So at this place we can have either Q0 or Q1. Similarly, at this place also we can have either Q0 or Q1. At this place, at A, here we are having two stack symbols. See, we have two stack symbols. So here also we can have either Z0 or X. So how many combinations can be there here? For each place we have two symbols and we have three places. So I'll be having total 8 combinations, right? 2 raised to the power 3. So 8 combinations will be there. So total number of non-terminals will be S union this total 8 combinations. So total numbers will be 9 non-terminals will be there in this grammar, which will be constructed. Terminal symbols we are having 0 and 1. S is the starting symbol. Now let's see the production rules for this grammar. Here we are having 2 states. So we will be having 2 S rules. One is for Q0 and other is for Q1. So we have these 2 rules. S tends to Q0, Z0, Q0, and second rule is S tends to Q0, Z0 and Q1. Okay. Next we have 4 rules, 4 transitions are there in which we are popping the stack. Okay. So for each transition we will be having corresponding rule. So let's see. Suppose if we have this type of transition, then the corresponding rule will be like this: QXA R epsilon, then QA R tends to X. Okay, this type of rules will be there. Now for we have rule number 3, we have this Q0. At Q0 we read we read 1. Top of the stack is X. Then we go to Q1 and we pop the stack. Then the corresponding production rule will be like this: Q0 X Q1 tends to 1. Okay. Similarly, for rule number 4, Q1 1x Q1 epsilon. Here we are popping this stack. Then the corresponding rule will be Q1 x Q1 tends to 1. Rule number 5 is again a transition in which we are popping the stack, and similarly rule number 6 also. So we have corresponding rules for this is for rule number 5 and this is for 6. Okay. Now we have 2 rules in which we are pushing some symbol onto the stack. Okay. Now let's see the mapping. What will be the mapping here? If we have this type of transition Q X A, from Q we go to R. Top symbol A is replaced by B1, B2 up to Bn. Then the rules will be like this: Q A, this QM will be Q0, Q1 and so on. This X will map here, Q A X are B1. Okay, here Qi are same, then Q2, again Qi plus and Qi plus 1 will be same, and so on, and this Qm will be same. Okay, now let's see the rules for this type of transition. Here we have this transition in which at Q0 we are reading 0, top of the stack is Z0, we remain at the same state and we push X onto Z0. Okay, so for this particular transition, here we are having two states. Okay, so we will be having four production rules for this particular transition. Now let's see what is the mapping. We start with Q0, Z0. Here this Qm will be, first initially it will be for Q0, and the corresponding to this we will be having this Q1. Okay, cause we have two states, so we will be having Q0, Z0, Q0, and for Q0, Z0 and Q1, fine, in place of Qm. Now the mapping is, look at this, Q0, this Z0, and this Q0. Q0 is basically the, first I am taking the initial state, then 0, then we are going to Q0, means we are at the same state. This is corresponding to R, as this R. Okay, so here also we will be having this Q0. Okay, then at the top of the stack we have X, which is corresponding to this B1. Okay, so this is mapping here, and Z0 is corresponding to B2, which is mapping in the, this B1 is mapping in first non-terminal and B2 is mapping in second non-terminal. Similarly, this X is mapping in this first non-terminal and this Z0 is mapping in second non-terminal. Now here we have Q0, this will also be Q0. Okay, so we have this Q0, X, Q0, these two symbols will be same, then Z0, second non-terminal, then Q0. Q0 is same as Qm, cause here this is Qm. Look at this, Qm and Qm are same. This is the last non-terminal. Here also we are having the last non-terminal, and this value will be equal to Qm. Okay, now corresponding to this we have this rule. Here we have Q0, X, Q0. Corresponding to this non-terminal we have this non-terminal, Q0, X, Q1. Okay, now if we have this Q1, then here also we will be having Q1. X will be in the first non-terminal and Z0 will be in the second non-terminal. Here also we will be having Q0 because this is corresponding to this Q0. So these two rules will be for this single non-terminal. One is for Q0 and second is for Q1. Okay, now here we have Q0, corresponding to this we have this Q1. Now for this Q0, Z0, Q1, again we will having in one rule we will be having Q0 and in the second rule we will be having Q1. Okay, so the mapping will be like 0, Q0, X, Q0, Q0, Z0, Q1. Here we are having Q1 cause this is equal to Qm. So Qm, in this case here we have Qm is equal to Q1. That's why this is q1. Okay, so this value is same as the previous non-terminal. This value is same because this is the last non-terminal, so this value is same as the non-terminal of the left hand side. Now corresponding to this q0, we have this q1. So the next rule will be q0 x q1. Now these two symbols will be same. Then z0 and q0, it will be same because of this q0, because q0, qm and qm are same. So for this particular transition, we have these four rules for q0 and q1. Now look at the combinations. Here we have q0 q0. Second combination is q0 q1. Third combination is q1 q0, and the fourth combination is q1 q1. Okay, so we have four rules for all the combinations of two states. Fine. Next is we have one more rule, this rule is also there, in which we are pushing the symbol onto the stack. So we will use the same procedure as we did for the previous rule, for the previous transition. Here also at q0 we are reading 0, top of the stack is this x, and we are pushing this symbol x onto the stack. So corresponding to this transition, we have again these four rules, okay, for two states. So here also we have all the combination of two states, q0 q0. Again we have, sorry, it should be q0. Okay, so we have all the combination of q0 q0, q0 q1, q1 q0, and q1 q1. Okay, so total we have 14 rules, right? But some of the rules are useless because some of the symbols are useless. So the rules which are using the useless symbols will become useless rules. So we need to remove all these useless symbols and useless rules. Now what is the useless symbol? Useless symbol is the symbol, or useless non-terminal is a non-terminal which does not produce any terminal symbol or terminal string. Now here let's see non-terminal q1x q0 and q1 z0 q0. These two non-terminals are useless symbol because they don't produce any terminal string. Look at here q0 q1x q0. Here we have this q1x q0. Here we don't have any this type of rule, but here this is useless symbol because in all the rules we are not having any rule in which q0 z0 q0 or q0 q1 z0 q0 or q1x q0 producing any terminal string. Okay, we do not have any rule in which we are producing any terminal string. So these two non-terminals are useless. So we will remove these useless symbols and corresponding rules also. So these symbols are used in rule number 12. So we will remove rule number 12 and rule number 8. Similarly, symbol q0 x q0 and q0 z0 q0, it should be z0. So q0 z0 and q0. they are also not producing any terminal symbols, so these are also useless symbols. So we will remove these symbols as well as the rules which are using these symbols. Okay, so finally all these rules will be removed. Rule number 1, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12 and 13, all these rules will be removed because of useless symbol. So these rules will become useless rules. Now after removing all the useless rules, we will be having these rules. Only 7 rules will be there. Now after removing all the symbols, we will rename all the non-terminals except S. Suppose S tends to Q0, Z0, Q1. So we rename this non-terminal as A. This. Okay. Similarly, we rename all the non-terminals. Q0 X Q1 will become B. Similarly, C and D. After renaming all the non-terminals, the grammar will look like this. S tends to A, B tends to 1, C tends to 1, C tends to epsilon, D tends to epsilon, and we have these two rules. A tends to 0 BD and B tends to 0 BC. Okay, so this is the grammar which we have generated from the push down automata. Okay, now we have generated the grammar. Now let's check whether this grammar is correct or not. The push down automata was accepting the language 0 to power m and 1 to power n, where m is greater than or equal to n. Now let's see whether this grammar is generating the same language or not. Now start with the starting symbol S. S tends to A. The first rule is replaced. Now the second rule is used. A tends to OBD. After this, B tends to OBC is used. Okay, B tends to OBC. This 0 and D will be as it is. Now again we use rule B tends to 0 BC. Then it will be this is B tends to 0 BC. Then 0 0 0 C C and D. Again if we use this B tends to 0 B C, then these 3 zeros will be here and these 2 C and D. Now if we use this rule B tends to 0 BC n times, then what will happen? We will be having 0 to power m. Okay, and see, I can use this rule any number of times, right? So if I use this rule m times, then 0 to power m will be there. Now in place of B I have 1, in place of C I have epsilon as well as C tends to epsilon and C tends to 1 and B tends to 1. Now it's my choice to whether I use C tends to 1 or C tends to epsilon. Means the number of zeros can be equal to the number of ones if I use C tends to 1 at every place. Then the number of 0 and 1 will be equal. But if I use C tends to epsilon, in that case number of 0 will be more than the number of ones. Means it is fulfilling the condition of this language. L is equal to 0 to power m and 1 to power n, where m is greater than or equal to 1. That means we have constructed the correct grammar. Thank you.